Hi, my name's Emma and I'm a huge book nerd.
You're my library, always open for business.
I have an exciting little haul video today. I have acquired some books since I last did a haul video in various ways, all from thrift locations. I'm going to save the best for last. And we are going to start with this stack. So the first book that I found is As I Lay Dying by William Faulkner. I don't think I've ever actually read this, and it's a classic and it was free to me, so I snatched it. So from my understanding, it's about a family who is a part of some natural disaster like a flood, I think, and Addie, their wife and mother, dies. And so they take a journey across the country to go bury her. And now, for some reason, as I'm telling you about the synopsis, I feel like I read this in high school? I don't know. Again, was free to me, so no regrets. The next book that I snatched is Dear Emma by Katie Heaney. I remember seeing this in a Barnes & Noble like years ago, and I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I feel like this is me. It's my name, it's this girl in glasses with a bun on her head. That's like my book bag. She has that's like my backpack. She has like a coffee mug, like her phone, a laptop. It's just like a cheesy, silly romance thing based off of Emma by Jane Austen. And so I was like, I'm not gonna drop 15-20 bucks on this book, but I found it again for free, so I snatched it. The next book that I picked up is To Shake the Sleeping Self by Jedediah Jenkins. This is actually a book that a friend of mine recommended me a couple years ago. He was reading it at the time and was very excited about it. And I found it for really cheap, and so I thought I would add it to my collection because it's something I'm definitely interested in reading someday. It's a nonfiction, like memoir type book. I'll just read you the back. On the eve of turning 30, terrified of being funneled into a life he didn't choose, Jedediah Jenkins quit his dream job and spent 16 months cycling from Oregon to Patagonia. He chronicled the trip on Instagram, where his photos and reflections drew hundreds of thousands of followers, all gathered around this question: what makes a life worth living? In this unflinchingly honest memoir, Jenkins narrates his adventure, the people and places he encountered on his way to the bottom of the world, as well as the internal journey that started it all. As he traverses cities, mountains, and inner boundaries, he grapples with the question of what it means to be an adult, his struggle to reconcile his sexual identity with his conservative Christian upbringing, and his belief in travel as a way to wake us up to life back home. A soul-stirring read for the wanderer in each of us, To Shake the Sleeping Self is an unforgettable reflection on adventure, identity, and a life lived without regret. I feel like this is a perfect quarantine read because I feel like so many of us are craving that like adventure since COVID hit and we were unable to adventure. So I think this is something that I would really like to read like leading up to next summer, where hopefully things will be better and we can actually journey and do things. So yeah. The next book I picked up is There by Tommy Orange. This is a book about a group of 12 characters, all from Native communities. They're all Native American. They all gather at this big Oakland powwow for various reasons. They're trying to put their life back together. There's one character who's like newly sober and trying to get back to the family she left behind. And it's supposed to be really good. It's been described as like an instant classic. I'm actually reading it with the book club. I'm really excited to incorporate more Indigenous representation into my reading. I haven't read very much by Indigenous authors, and there are so many great books out there by Indigenous authors. I know Books and Lala talks about a lot, and I've added a lot of the ones she's recommended to my list. Yeah, it's a goal of mine to read more of those. The next book that I picked up is a fun one. It's Bridget Jones's Diary by Helen Fielding. Never read it. I think there's a movie that I've never watched. I don't actually know. But I saw this at my local thrift store and I was just like, This just sounds like the perfect fun, carefree book just to bring me some serotonin, you know? So that's why I picked it up. But yeah, I'm just excited to read this. The next book that I got, I'm so excited about, it is Winter by Ali Smith. If you watched my September-October wrap-up, you will know that I was obsessed with Autumn by Ali Smith. So I am absolutely dying to read Winter. I think I'm gonna read it in December. I could not be more thrilled to be holding this in my hand. It's gonna look so pretty. Where is? Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. These are gonna look so beautiful when they're all lined up next to each other. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm getting a little ridiculous. I'm losing my mind just a smidge, but yeah. Anyways, and then we get into the books that I'm kind of most excited about. So, little backstory. We have this like Tony Awards-esque thing at my college, my theater school, and they weren't called Tony Awards, but you know what that means, so I'm gonna say Tony Awards. If you won one of these Tony Awards, you got a Yale Shakespeare edition of a Shakespeare play. I had never ever seen these editions anywhere else, like not online. I'm like, where do they get these? I don't understand how they have like this collection of these Yale Shakespeare editions. But I have 3 of them that I got from those award ceremonies in school, and I was at this thrift store one day and I saw a whole collection of these for $1 a piece. And I was like, oh my God, like I have to see what they have that I don't already have in my collection. And so I found Taming of the Shrew and The Winter's Tale, which I have never read. I know. Exit Pursued by a Bear? That's all I know. So I'm very excited to add these to my little stack. I feel like my little library is turning into like a fancy library, especially when I show you these next 3 books. First, I'm going to show you. It is the complete collection of Charles Dickens' Christmas stories. Just look how frickin' pretty. It has this little ribbon. It's so beautiful. And like, look at the inside. I'm dead. So this has A Christmas Carol, The Chimes, Cricket in the Hearth, The Battle of Life, and The Haunted Man. I've heard of the first 3. I have never heard of The Battle of Life or The Haunted Man, but I think that this is going to be really fun to crack open come Christmas time. It's going to be so cozy and classic and Christmassy, and I'm very, very excited, and I just can't wait to display these beautifully on my shelves. And then the last 2 I'm going to show together because they belong together. It is Bleak House Part 1 and 2 by Charles Dickens in the same beautiful editions. I just couldn't be happier about these. I don't know why this excites me so. Look, and there's an illustration. These are beautiful. I've never read Bleak House. I actually don't know much about Bleak House. I remember reading Oliver Twist when I was in high school, and I read an abridged version of Tale of Two Cities, but I really like Dickens, and so I'm excited. I'm quite excited to read Bleak House at some point. Those are all of the books that I have acquired recently. If you're excited about any of these and you want to hype them up for me and tell me to get to them, then please comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on any and all of these books. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Mwah.
Now I was headed to the bus stop.